You've seen the thumbnail. Today we're going to mod the Casio AE1200WH. This AE1200WH. Did you hear that? A little jingly jangly bracelet. That's one of the things that we're going to do. We're going to get it off of this bracelet. We're going to get a nicer strap on there, something that's a little bit more fun. And for me, that's what this mod's about. It's about fun. If I want to wear a nice watch, I have nicer watches. This is not my everyday watch. So if I'm going to step into wearing a Casio AE1200 a little bit more, and it's going to get some decent wrist time, it's going to have to be fun. And for me, a lot of fun comes from nostalgia. Now, I'm a child of the 80s and 90s. I was born in 82. You do the math. But that means that growing up in the 80s and 90s, I was a child who loved things like Batman, Thundercats, Voltron, Ninja Turtles. Goodness, the Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, and the revolutionary release in 1993 of Jurassic Park. And when I look back on that time period, there are some wild colors that come to mind. So we're going to try to incorporate some bright, fun colors that remind me of those 80s and 90s days back when I was a kid. And Jurassic Park is helping me pull a little bit of inspiration for this. There's one little mascot that you might remember. That's right, Mr. DNA himself. Mr. DNA, and this hat specifically is going to inspire the colors that we use when modding this thing. Let's make this watch fun. Let's get a top-down shot going. Let's find some blues and some yellows and some reds, kind of a pink or a magenta. I'm not sure what we're going to do, but we're going to go through a parts list, all the stuff that I have, everything that I'm using, and walk through the process. Come along with me. I've never done anything like this before. Let's see how it goes. Okay, quick parts list here. Obviously, we have our Casio AE1200, which is going to be changed up, and we're going to have some fun with that. We have a new strap from Blue Shark, BLU Shark. They make some good stuff. Cleaning cloth, courtesy of Blue Shark, came with the strap. Thanks, guys. We're going to use that. We have a cheapo spring bar tool from Amazon for some help with these straps and bracelets. We have another kind of cheapo pair of jeweler's tweezers, probably will come in handy. We have some adapters here that will allow us to put the strap on the watch. This adapter came from, here's the bag, came from J's and K's on eBay. They're like 12 bucks, and it's going to allow us to use a normal size strap on that watch. We got our screwdrivers for dealing with, obviously, screws. We got some general shears for cutting our kind of final ingredient here, which is some colored gels. Now, these are used to put over the top of lights for photography and videography. I never use these. I've had them basically forever. I never use them. And this is what we're going to use to add pops of color to the face of this watch. Obviously, these are the three colors that I've chosen. We have kind of a magenta-ish red, a lighter blue, and a yellow. Are you kind of seeing what I'm getting at here with the colors? And then to hold this in place, we have some good old Loctite super glue. I went with the Ultra Gel Control, thinking that maybe we'll be able to, control it a little bit better, because the places we have to put this stuff in is pretty tight, pretty small places, and some toothpicks. Toothpicks I'm basically going to use to apply and spread around the little dabs of glue that we are going to use. But for now, the first thing that we need to do is get our watch back in here and get this bracelet off. So the bracelet is going away. Let's grab our spring bar tool here, now that I've buried it under stuff after our little run through. And through the magic of editing, we are disassembled. Some things are just easier to do when you're not staring at everything through a camera. So this, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I feel like I'm probably going to keep it because I've placed mental value in this, and I'm talking myself into thinking I might go back to it one day. But at the end of the day, I should probably just throw this away. I'm probably never going to look at that again. Next thing to do is to grab one of our screwdrivers because we have some case back screws to remove there, don't we? So let's go ahead and do that. Well, let's just start with the biggest one that came in the package and see if that works. And if it doesn't, we will go down from there. It seems like this is going to work just fine. All right, so we take that off and we see a seal, which I believe needs to be removed. Based on the videos that I've seen online, that seal needs to be removed, and we will put that back in. This little thing is what helps give you your 100 meters of water resistance. So don't lose that. Don't lose that stuff. And now it's just taking the module out of the case. I'm gonna keep with the screwdriver here, and I want to feel around this plastic. Seems to be part of the case. That's fine. So let's slip the screwdriver into a corner here and see if the module comes out. And it looks like that happened pretty easily. So there we are. We have our module. And we have what we're really looking to get to here, the frame that you see from the front with all of that dial text on it. The back of this is what we're going to apply these colored films to. And when the colored film goes over the top of this dial, you can kind of see in different places how it's going to look. So the display, it still shines through. And I'm going to do the yellow, I think. I like the blue. The blue's a really nice color. So I think I'm going to do the blue in the map of the world. That makes sense because we'll have a blue ocean then. And then this magenta will go up in this little space up here, and the yellow will go here. The main part of the dial, where the time is red, I'm going to leave that untouched. I want the natural color of that display showing through because I don't think there's anything wrong with it. That holds a bit of a nostalgic vibe for me that I want to keep. So we're going to keep that. So let's take these along with these, and we're going to make some cuts and get them down to size here. And here we are. Our pieces are cut. So we are ready to start gluing. For scale, just so you know how little this stuff is, it was a little finicky. It wasn't as hard as I thought to get these pieces cut out. You know, just a little bit of trial and error and trimming. But here, this spring bar tool has a ruler on it. This is centimeters and millimeters. So yeah, little pieces, delicate work, but a pair of tweezers is your friend. And then I give both sides of these a nice little wipe down with the microfiber before we start really doing some stuff here. So what are we gonna do? First thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna get some glue on. This is the little cardboard holder that those color filters came in. If you're interested, you can pick them up on Amazon for, I don't know, $10, $15. It's not that expensive. But I'm going to use this because it's kind of trash to me to put the super glue on. And then from here, I'm just going to pick up little dabs with a toothpick. You know, little dabs of super glue with a toothpick, and then put it where we need it to go on the back of this, what's it called? Faceplate? We'll go with faceplate. I mean, like this. Here is your super glue, ultra control gel, and I mean, just very small little dots around where this is going to go. I mean, these things weigh next to nothing. If there was a slight breeze coming through here right now, all this stuff would blow away. And I'm going to spread it thin. And the reason I'm spreading it thin is because I don't really want any squeeze out from the glue. You know? And then we kind of work this into place. with our tweezers. And I think we're there. So what I'm going to do is let's take the butt end of this screwdriver since it has a little surface area. And I just kind of want to tap it down so the super glue is adhering to both surfaces. We do have a little bit of squeeze out happening. You can see here. I'll try to pick it up. Delicate stuff. Risking everything for you guys. We have a little squeeze out on the sides. That's okay. This is the back side of the plate, so nobody's ever going to see that. And that little bit of squeeze out on the sides, honestly, I'm not too unhappy with, because that will help to hold things in place here. All right, so there's one, and let's get the blue in place. Let's see if my little blob of glue here is still workable. And it looks like it is. Looks like it's still workable, so that's nice. It's giving us a decent little bit of working time. Now with this one, I have less room. There's just less room to work with here. And I don't want it to squeeze out to the front side of the dial. So we're going super thin. I don't need it to be thick. At the end of the day, if I totally hose this entire thing, I'm out, $22 on a watch. Or you saw how easy this was to take apart. I just take it apart. Right? We just take it apart and fix it. Ooh, that kind of went bang on where I needed it to, didn't it? Let's see here. I'm getting a little bit of glare. I want to change that because, again, the very, very tight tolerances we're working with. This might need a little bit of a nudge. I don't really think so. I think we're in a good spot with that one. Let's see from the front. Yeah, we don't have any funky color overlap there. So I'm happy with that. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with the kind of butt end of the screwdriver. Just tap it down so we're secure. And we'll move on to the yellow. A little bit more ultra control gel glue on our toothpick. And with this one, we have a little bit more margin for error, but we don't really want to use it. We don't want to get sloppy, right? Once we get sloppy and careless, that's when things start to go wrong. So we'll still be careful. And I gotta tell you, I'm surprised at how smoothly this is going right now. I thought I was going to mess this up. I thought I was going to mess it up big time. And if you look at this from the back, you would probably think that I totally hosed this thing and messed it up, and it looks terrible. But the back is not what we're concerned with, remember? Check this out. Oops. I'm about to mess it up. About to mess it up for everybody. I'm just going to put those tweezers aside, stop trying to be a pro, and use my fingers. I mean, that's not too shabby. That's going to look fun, right? Once we get it on the dial. Here, not the module. Oh, there's a nice little preview of what we're going to see. I don't want to put it on there yet because this glue is not cured by any means. My yellow film has a little scratch, I think, on the front of it. Yeah, tiny little scratch, which is okay. I don't think it's going to show up really. So what we're going to do is we're going to be good, law-abiding, and rule-following citizens, right? The Loctite, this gel, says to let it set for 10 to 15 minutes. That'll be an initial cure. A full cure is not obtained for, 12 to 24 hours. But we don't need a full cure on this. We just don't. The pieces that we're holding together are so extremely light, and they're not really going to come under any stress, and they're not going to be placed under any pressure. So we're going to let this sit for 10 to 15 minutes for a mini cure, right? So this can be confidently worked on and reassembled, and we'll go from there. Okay, our time has elapsed, and we are good to go with some reassembly. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. It looks fun. I mean, that's gonna tick some nostalgia boxes. I do think it is. Now, I did have a hydro mod in mind for this, but we're gonna skip that. I was going to fill it with oil. I did get the proper silicone oil and all of that fun stuff. I was gonna fill this up and do a proper hydro mod to this watch. But then I thought to myself, when was the last time you ever looked at a Casio digital display and thought to yourself, man, I wish this read a little bit more clearly? And for me, the answer was absolutely never. So we're going to skip that. I may save that for a different watch that I have in mind, maybe an Eco Drive or something like that. Back in with the module, we have to make sure that the button pushers seat in properly. So we're going to go one side at a time, push that back down, and then before we affix the case back, let's get a preview. Oh, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's a little schmutz on the front of the dial? Yeah, that was on the front of the dial. Woo! Okay, is the light working? Yes, the light is working. Yep, we got all the buttons working. Perfect. Back to our home time. Is this button working? Yes, it is. And this one. Is the mode pusher working? I'm not sure the mode pusher is working. Let's make sure that this is all properly seated before we move on with the rest of the install here. Okay, so let's check all that out again. Okay, there we go. Now the mode pusher is working properly. Our adjust button is working properly. And everything is fancy-tastic. And the only thing left to do is get this gasket back in place. That just kind of falls into its spot really nicely. And let's put on the case back, shall we? One thing I was very impressed with, I like that Loctite. That Ultra Control gel. I didn't feel stressed out getting those on. I did not at all feel like I was under the gun. And I definitely had plenty of working time. And you could spread it thinly enough so there wasn't too much squeeze out. So if you're gonna do something like this, highly suggest using that Loctite Ultra Control gel. Obviously your mileage may vary, but there we are with our newly modded Casio AE1200 WH. I mean, are we doing good? Are we doing good, Mr. DNA? I think we are. All right, time for a strap. And for a strap, the first thing we're going to do is make sure we can put an actual strap on this thing. So I got these. These are adapters. I understand there are straps made for this now. You can get them from Vario. They're making some very nice things. You can get them from SKX Mods. You can get leather or FKM rubber. Really nice, high quality stuff. And it will fit into the kind of the notch here. And then the strap comes out to the edges. So it kind of gives you like a little integrated strap look to this watch. I didn't want that. And the reason that I didn't want that, very subjectively, is because I have three other watches, three of like my top 5 favorites in the collection, and they're all 22 millimeter width lugs. So I have a few 22 millimeter width straps, and I'm always adding to that collection. I like straps. I like changing it up. This is the strap we're going with today from Blue Shark. Picked it up. Actually, can we give some props to Blue Shark? This is a really nice Cordura nylon. Is it Cordura or Cordura? Tell me in the comments. Really nice Cordura nylon. Goes with the color scheme here fantastically. Quick release lugs. Thank you so much. Can we agree that all watch brands just need to go to quick release lugs as a standard? I mean, come on, guys. Quick release, not lugs, but quick release spring bars. Just do it. Stop it with making people buy spring bar tools. Just go to quick release. It's 2024. We have the technology. But they were running a holiday deal where it was 20% off on the strap, and then you get a mystery strap. So I figured, I'll probably end up pitching this mystery strap. I just really wanted this one, right? But the mystery strap they sent me was not just a piece of garbage. Look at this. This is a beautiful nylon black and orange Halloween style strap. No quick release spring bars on this one. I'll forgive them because it was free. It was a free toss in. But they didn't just toss in some random strap that they were having a hard time selling. This is a 2-piece strap, like I ordered, a 2-piece strap with a 22 mil width, just like I ordered, a 22 mil width. So not only did they toss in a free strap for you, they were intelligent about it, and they made sure that whatever watch you were ordering the initial strap for, you were going to be able to use the bonus strap. It wasn't going to be some piece of garbage that just collects dust or sits in the back of a junk drawer. Thank you, Blue Shark. Much appreciated for that. All right, so I got these adapters. And these adapters adapt these 18 millimeter lugs to be able to use 22 millimeter straps. It did come with spring bar. It came with 22 millimeter spring bars, so thank you for that. Though this strap has quick release in them, so I'm not going to need to use it. But even the 18 millimeter spring bar, you see there? This 18 millimeter spring bar it came with, that is even quick release. So we're making some good moves here. We're moving into some good quick release stuff. So let's go ahead and get a 22 millimeter width strap on this boy, because while you could put an 18 millimeter strap in here, on my 8-inch wrist, that would be the equivalent of putting this thing on a piece of dental floss, and that's just not going to look great. And wouldn't you know it, just as those strap adapters were going in, the camera died. So here we are. Strap adapters are in. It was easy enough. So these are complete, and I'd like to say they look really good. They match really nicely. They seem to be made of metal, but it's finished almost exactly the same way that the non-metal case of the watch is, and those look really nice. This is fun. I'm really liking the added color there. This is going to be a much more fun watch to wear now. Very happy that I took this on and did this. Let's get a proper strap on it, so we're not dealing with that jangly bracelet, and again, a little bit more fun, right? So here, let's get our Blue Shark goodness going here with our quick release spring bars that every watch should have. Did I go too far in? I did. Let's get in that lug. There we go. Nice snap, a quick tug. We'll flip her around because I'm right-handed. Do the same thing over here. Line up that hole. Get that going. If only all straps were that easy to put on. And we give the watch face a nice little wipe on the microfiber. And here we are. Yes, please. This is fantastic. Cut to the on-wrist shot, please. Can we do that? Yes, I think we shall. And here we are. Is anybody else getting late 80s, early 90s vibes from this? I kind of am. I am really digging it, especially when we hit the light and we see everything go orange. Oh, yeah, look at that. See, now this is going to be a watch that I wear pretty often. What a fantastic look. Just good stuff. Just good stuff. And here, I'm going to get it back off wrist so we can do some side-by-side. I'll do a couple of side-by-side shots here so you can see what the heck is going on, what we went from and what we've come to. So while everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and these things are extremely subjective, I think that this is, dare I say, objectively more fun. If this is your preference or not, that's going to be up to you. But it sure the heck is mine. So much more character. I love those strap adapters. They look fantastic. They were obviously made for the watch, but like $12, and you can use darn near any strap in the world on these things. That is pretty cool. All in, what are we at here? If you were buying all of this stuff, we were at call it $10 for the gels. The colored pieces of plastic, right? We're $22.57, if I remember correctly, on the watch. This strap was $25. It was on 20% off sale, so I'm gonna call that $20. So what's that put us at now? We're at 42 plus the plastic, $52.57, plus some super glue. Call it $5, $57. $57, all in on this boy. And that's if you already have like spring bar tools and screwdrivers and stuff like that. You toss all of that stuff in there. You're still you're around $75, tools included, to put this on your wrist for the next, at least 10 years. I'm a big fan of how this came out, obviously, and it wouldn't be complete if we didn't toss it next to our original inspiration and see how we did. Did we make you proud, Mr. DNA? I think we did. What do you guys think? Toss a comment down. Let me know if you think I'm crazy or if this type of thing is right up your alley. If you like it, maybe I'll do more of them. I got a couple other Casios to play around with, and if we break something and mess it up, that's okay, because we'll just buy another one for $20. It's not that big of a deal. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, follow. I love all of that stuff. Thank you guys for coming along with me on this ride. It was fun to document this one, and I'm going to have even more fun wearing this watch.